Hello, thank you for joining me today on this video. Today we will be taking a look at my desk setup that I use for my video editing and streaming purposes. We'll also be taking a look at my gaming gear and gaming setup that I use for streaming and gaming for my gaming channels. I purchased this particular MacBook as it's the last MacBook with a built-in disk drive, and it was well within my budget to be able to get started with my ideas for video production that I have. I was working with a limited budget, so I had to work within the realm of what little extra money I had available to me. The first thing that I had to tackle was the computer that I wanted to use for my video editing project. I first started by getting a 15-inch 2010 MacBook Pro. I upgraded this computer to the max RAM that it could handle, which was 8 gigabytes. I started using this to do some recording and editing, but quickly realized that it wasn't as powerful as I needed it to be. It turned out to be very sluggish. Next, I went up to a 15-inch mid-2012 MacBook Pro. I upgraded this to its max 16 gigabytes as well. It additionally had a 2.3 gigahertz i5 processor, a 1 terabyte SSD, and 1 gigabyte for both NVIDIA and Intel graphics card. The upgrade to this computer was decent. However, I knew I can get a bit more power if I went with a more spec'd out version of this particular 2012 MacBook. I knew I wanted to stay within the realm of the mid-2012 model, being that it was the last Mac Apple product that came with a built-in disk drive. And I didn't want to go to the non-Retina, or I wanted to stay within the non-Retina part of the MacBook series because of that factor. But I also knew that I can get more powerful than the one that I had purchased with the 2.3 gigahertz. So I looked around and waited for a few months on eBay and Amazon, but I stuck mostly with eBay just because I knew that's where the majority of MacBooks that I found were at. And then I finally came across the one that I was looking for, which is the one that I have now, which has a 2.7 gigahertz quad-core i7 processor with an NVIDIA 1 gigabyte graphics chip and a 1.5 gigabyte Intel HD graphics chip. On top of that, it is maxed out with the 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I put a 2 terabyte SSD in there as well to run. And on top of that, this comes with the anti-glare display, which runs at 1680 by 1050, whereas the standard display that came with this model of MacBook runs at 1440 by 900 for the 15-inch model, which makes the highest end mid-2012 MacBook Pro prior to the non-Retina MacBook Pros top of the line. In 2012, when this computer initially launched, this computer with the upgraded display would have cost $2,549 with just the 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 750 gigabyte 5400 RPM mechanical hard drive. It would have cost an additional $200 in 2012 to upgrade to 16 gigabytes of RAM. According to various websites, I have read that the costs of SSDs in 2012 were set around 99 cents per gigabyte, which would have made a 2 terabyte solid-state drive I have now set at $1,980 in 2012, totaling this particular computer at $4,729 for the computer itself. And that is insane. And it was a great deal, being that I bought the computer on eBay in 2021 with 16 gigabytes of RAM for $405 on eBay. The 2 terabyte solid state drive I purchased separately for $180, which included shipping. Moving on, I decided to maximize what this computer was capable of, so my research showed that I can connect up to 2 Thunderbolt displays to this MacBook, which released in 2011. With 27 inches for the screen real estate, I decided it was a good option, so I ended up buying 2 Thunderbolt displays off of eBay and Facebook Marketplace for local pickup, with the pricing set at $150 each. This was also a good deal as these displays sold for $1,000 each brand new from Apple and were discontinued back in 2016. What it would have cost me $6,866 brand new in 2012 actually ended up costing me a total of $910 in 2021. For Apple products, that is a great deal. For my gaming setup, I have this dongle to connect devices via HDMI and input it to my MacBook Pro via USB 3, as the MacBook Pro has two USB 3 ports, and it records at a smooth 1080p with no lag. I attempted this with a separate dongle that was only USB 2.0 compatible on the previous MacBook Pro that I had, the 2010 version, as well as this particular MacBook Pro with a USB 3.0, and there was about a 2-second lag, so I decided to go with the dongle that connected via USB 3. And it's just the standard USB 3.0, not the upgraded 3.1. With this setup, whether I'm recording, streaming, or both, I have the signal coming through an HDMI splitter, and currently have my backwards compatible PlayStation 3 60GB system with a 1TB hard drive in that, running through to my computer and my 4K TV at the same time, so that way I can choose to play on my own time, on my TV alone, play on just my computer, or with one of the Thunderbolt monitors in use, if the TV is being used by someone else, or I can stream and or record and have the option to do so at my desk or playing on my TV, whichever I decide to do at the time. Also, I have here my PS4 Pro connected to the TV with the Wii and the Switch as well, so I can interchange those as I need if I want to record from one of those. Being able to play all of these and switch them easily between the TV and the computer with ease is just amazing. Additionally, I picked up this wireless headset by PlayStation that was released back in 2012, and it works with both my PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, and from what I hear, it works well with the PlayStation 5 as well. So I can use it with either of those, and I can also use it with the MacBook Pro with no issues. That is all for my computer and gaming setup. If you'd like to see more videos like this, leave a comment. I'm always open to suggestions. Anyway, thanks for watching. Deuces, my juices.